of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hey, it's Ann Perry. Thanks so much for joining me today. Just when you think I have talked enough about the 11s, I find something else to talk about. So this is based on a bit of an epiphany I had this week, and I wanted to share a little bit of myself, a little bit of my own personal story leading up to this. So we're going to be talking today about the master number 11, my favorite topic, as you know, and the numerology of the horse. Okay, so aren't you just a little curious as to where I'm going with this? I knew you would be. Stick with me. Let's go. All right. So the theory is that all words hold vibrations, which produce a predictable characteristic. So each letter holds a vibration, and I'm showing you here the Pythagorean alphabet. So, for example, the number 1 vibrates with the letters A, J, and S, or contrarily to that, AJS vibrate to the energy of the 1. BKT vibrate at the energy of the 2. So combined letters that create a word or name create a vibration. And combined vibrations create a code that can be uncovered in numerology. This is where I started thinking this is getting really, really interesting. I mean, I'm always looking at words, trying to figure out what's this word mean and what's that word mean, and what do the vowels mean. And there's all kinds of ways to decode a word, okay, or a noun. So in this particular case, we're talking about the horse. So let's take a look at this. The expression number of horse, the word horse, H-O-R-S-E. We break it down and we look at here. See the H? When we look over here, the H vibrates at the energy of the 8. The O vibrates at the energy of the 6. The R vibrates at the energy of the 9. The S vibrates at the energy of the 1, and the E vibrates at the energy of the 5. When we add that all together, guess what? It comes to 2911. Who knew? You know what? I've been involved with horses my entire life, and honest to God, I always thought, for some reason, that the word horse vibrated at the energy of the 8, so I never even really looked at it. Obviously, because it's coming up as a 2911, so it kind of surprised me. So the expression number is the totality of all of the letters in your name. So in this particular case, we're just using the word horse, okay? Now let's look at the heart's desire of a horse. Now the heart's desire comes from evaluating the vowels in the word, okay? So when we look at the vowels in horse, we have a 6 for the 0, and we have a 5 for the E, another master number 11. So the heart's desire number is the totality of the vowels in the word horse. All right, the expression number of a horse. So let's take a look at 2911. The expression number always holds the natural gifts and natural abilities. So the 2 is all around being patient, being balanced, being cooperative, a need for partnership, being a team player, intuitive, and sensitive. And the 9 energy is about selfless service to others. Think about how many horses have had to been in history of them using of themselves in a selfless way. They need to be adaptable. We're asking them to stand in paddocks that maybe they don't want to be in. Maybe they want to be in the field across the street. They're forgiving, they have rhythm, and they're very understanding. Those are all natural attributes to the 9 energy. Now let's look at the heart's desire of a horse. The 11-2. The heart's desire number is the totality of all the vowels in the word horse. So the master number 11 in a horse implies a need to be connected spiritually to their people. They're gifted healers and they're gifted teachers. Now, I got to tell you, the best teacher I ever had was my horse, and his name was Scooter. He died about 10 years ago, and I got to tell you, I have a hard time even talking about him because a part of my soul left the building when he did, when I had to put him down. He was 27 years old, and he was the most amazing teacher I've ever had in any capacity. He taught me so much about who I was, and so much about faith and trust and just forgiveness and so many things. He shouldered a lot. I pioneered a course. If you know anything about Reiki energy healing, I actually, in the east coast of Canada, I pioneered a course. I'm an Aries, so I pioneer stuff. But I'm a natural teacher, and that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to teach Reiki to people who would be kind enough to treat their horses with it. But I learned very quickly that I really wasn't the teacher. My horse was the teacher, okay? And so as I look at it a little bit more closely, I see that, the expression number of the horse is a 2911. They're the teacher, the master teacher, right? And the heart's desire of the horse is the 11 too. Now, when I look at his name, my horse's name was Scooters. His registered name was Scooters. The registered name of Scooters comes up to a 33-6, another master number, the master teacher, right? The master communicator, the master teacher, the one that wants to be of service to others. I wasn't in a financial position to have a horse in a really, fancy place kind of thing, although I always dreamed of it. But somehow it became possible for that to happen because he was such a good horse, he could be used as a school horse, so he could teach other kids how to ride as well. So he gave of himself selflessly, year after year after year. Man, he hated day camp. He used to just stand in his paddock and he'd just swing and throw his head around going, I don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. But he did it for me, right? And he did it for the kids and he did it for everybody. So he really was the teacher. Anyway, more to the story than that. I always was curious, what is it with me and horses? I'm 58 years old, people. I mean, haven't I grown out of this, that I would have this need to ride horses and be associated with them and just be around them? It's enough for me just to spend time just taking them all in, being in the stall and brushing them down and that kind of thing. But recently, my birthday was in March. I was in a pretty low period. I've gone through a lot in the last 4 or 5 months. My mom passed away. I had an emergency surgery that came out of the blue, that sort of thing. So it's been kind of a rough couple of months. And I guess I kind of slid to a bit of a low spot. And it was on my birthday on March 25th of this year that I went, oh boy, you know what? I'm not doing so well here. I've isolated myself. I've thrown myself into my work. And guess what? I lost balance. And one of my biggest lessons in my life, and maybe it's yours too, is to establish balance in our lives. What better place to do that than on the back of a horse? I'm here to tell you, if you're not balanced on the back of a horse, you're going to hit the ground. And that's a hard lesson. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've eaten enough dirt in my past. But I realized that I had isolated myself. I had thrown myself into my work. I'd thrown myself into my YouTube channel. I had just given, and I was burnt out. And by my birthday, I said, oh my gosh, I just have isolated myself way too much from the horses, way too much from people. And my partner, God bless him, bought me an opportunity to go out and ride for the afternoon. And that reignited my spirit. So then I started to ask myself, what is it with me that, I just get better. I just feel better. I'm happier when I'm riding a horse or I'm just in the company of a horse. What the heck is that all about? So the numerologist in me had to look at that. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so I learned that my growth number is based on all the letters in your first name on your birth certificate. Okay, so when we crunch the letters on my first name on my birth certificate, it comes up as an 11. Hello. That's why I connect with all you guys who are 11s, right? So master number 11, that's the master teacher. Double intuition, double creativity, double need to deliver the message, double the need to invent something that will inspire and empower other people. That's what I try and do every single day. So obviously the connection that I have to the horse is somewhat based on the fact that they're 11s too, right? So we're kind of the same vibration. Then when we looked at the first vowel in my name, Anne, the 1, that's the desire to be the leader and the innovator, creating the Reiki program for equine. That was new here. I mean, it's been done elsewhere, but it's certainly never been done on the East Coast. A need for me to work alone, I certainly do, and a need to have control. And I got to share something with you. When I was a kid and I was first learning how to ride, my English teacher actually gave me an article, and he said, I want you to read this. He said, I know that you're horse crazy and whatnot, and I certainly was. I haven't grown out of that yet, I guess. He said, you need to read this article because this article talks about why young girls are drawn to horses, to spend time with horses. Why is it that more women gravitate towards horses than men do? And it was written by a psychologist, and she said the reason for that is because when a young girl gets on the back of a horse, they feel like they're in control. Okay. But anyway, 1,200 pounds underneath me. I don't know who's going to win here, but so the article said, we needed an opportunity to sit on something that was bigger than us that we felt that we had control over. And I thought about that and I thought, you know what? As a kid, that's absolutely what it was, And here I am with this first vowel of the A, meaning I want to be the leader. I want to be in control. I want to have it all. I have a little bit of look at me, going on when I was a kid. And sure enough, that's where it stems from, right? And so a lot of kids get involved with horses because they feel they need something to control. When their lives are out of control, they feel this is something bigger than them that they can control. So, it's kind of interesting how it unfolds. But I just found it quite fascinating that the energy of the horse all relates to the 11, right? Be it in the expression number or in the Heart's Desire number, it's all relating back to the 11, the master teacher. And so again, my horse, Scooters, I used to call him Scooter, but his registered name on his birth certificate is Scooters, and that's the master number of the 33-6. So I thought it was kind of interesting. I just wanted to share a little bit with you. And I got to tell you, you know what? Every time I'm on my YouTube channel, every time I check my emails in the morning and whatnot, and I see your comments coming in and that I've inspired you in some way, you guys got to know that when I was in a bit of a low spot, that sure helped. I really appreciate it. It's really good. I try to give of myself as much as I can and respond to all your messages, but even I can go down a little bit. And you guys lifted me up when I was down, and I really appreciate it. And so I hope that you're enjoying the channel. I hope that you will subscribe, because that's my purpose, as you can tell, to continue to give back. And I'd love it if you'd follow me on Facebook, because I have something posted there every single day that's inspiring. And my blog, you might want to check out my blog, because there are 2 articles related to this video that you might be interested in seeing. It's the first one is about the growth number, and the other one is an article on the first vowel in your name. So if you go to AnnPerryNumerologist.com, those 2 articles are posted on my blog there. Love it if you go and check those out. Anyways, thanks for entertaining me today, guys. Thanks for spending time with me. I'm hoping you're having a great day, and we will see you in the next video. Carry on. Bye now.